If you've landed on this video, you're probably either sick of writing RAMS from scratch the night before a job, or you've downloaded the ArbDesk free sample and you want to know what you're actually looking at. Either way, this video is going to walk you through exactly what's in it, section by section, so you can see how it's built and decide if it's the right system for your business. I'm Christian, I built ArbDesk, and I still use the document on site. So let's get into it. So the first thing you'll notice is the header layout: logo, business name, document reference, version number, issue date. This isn't just cosmetic. When you're submitting to a principal contractor or a council, they want to see a document that came from a professional business, not something you knocked up in a free template. Every page in the system carries this header. It's consistent, branded, and professional. Introduction. So the introduction does two things. It sets the scope, what these assessments cover, from ground ops to aerial work to machinery and public environments, and it establishes the legal basis. Now, a lot of arborists skip this bit or just copy something generic in. The problem is it then doesn't actually reflect how your business operates. This section references the management of health and safety at work regulations, which is your primary legal duty to carry out risk assessments. It's not there for show. It's there so that if your RAMS is ever reviewed, it's clear you understand why you're doing it and not just that someone's told you to. Next up is your site and business information: address, prepared by, scope of works, review date, and crucially, emergency contacts, site location, nearest A&E with estimated travel time. This is the stuff that actually matters if something goes wrong on site. Where are you? Who do you call? How long to get to hospital? It looks simple, but this is exactly what a principal contractor's health and safety team is going to check. If it's blank or wrong, your RAMS get kicked back. These fields are all editable, so you fill them in for each job. This is the risk scoring and assessment matrix. Now, this is where a lot of arborist RAMS fall down. They don't use a consistent scoring system. They just write high or medium with no logic behind it. ArbDesk uses a numerical matrix. Likelihood on one axis, 1 to 5, severity on the other, 1 to 5. Multiply them together and you get your risk score. So a likelihood of 4, meaning it'll occur in most circumstances, combined with a severity of 4, hospitalization, gives you an initial score of 16. That's a high risk, and it needs strong controls before you can reduce it. This is the same approach used across commercial health and safety. It's transparent, it's defensible, and when an assessor looks at your RAMS, they can follow your reasoning. Here's a live example: chainsaw use at ground operations, 5 hazards identified, contact with moving chain, kickback, slips and trips while operating, manual handling, and noise and vibration exposure. Now, there are more in the actual pack. This is just a snippet. So each one gets an initial likelihood and severity score. Contact with chain comes out at 4 times 4, 16. That's before any controls are in place. Then you've got the control measures column: competent operators, PPE, chain brake, two-handed use, controlled working area. Apply those and your residual score drops to 4, acceptable. This is what commercial clients want to see, not just wear PPE, but a structured thought process that shows you've identified the hazards, scored it honestly, applied controls, and brought it down to a manageable level. The full system covers all the core tree surgery operations: climbing, aerial work, felling, chipper use, stump grinder, vehicle movements, public environments. This chainsaw assessment is just one example. The sample also includes a COSHH assessment. This one is for chainsaw chain oil. COSHH is an area a lot of arborists either miss completely or do in about 2 lines. But if you're working on council sites or with principal contractors, a proper COSHH system is expected. This covers substance identification, health hazards, routes of exposure, control measures, PPE, storage, spill response, first aid, and disposable. 12 sections. For chain oil, most of the risk is low, but the structure is the same regardless of the substance. The full ArbDesk system covers substances you'll actually be using on site. You fill in the relevant details and it becomes your COSHH management system. So last section in the sample, the chainsaw pre-use checklist. 12 checks: chain brake, throttle lock, chain tension, guide bar condition, chain catcher, anti-vibration mounts, switch, fuel and oil caps, leaks, exhaust, lubrication, all fixings. Sign and date it. This is a PUWER requirement for work equipment. If you're not doing pre-use checks and you have an incident, this is one of the first things that gets asked about. The Pro Pack includes pre-use checks for chainsaws, chippers, stump grinders, vehicles, and hand tools. 1 document per piece of kit, completed before the work starts. So that's what's in the free sample, and it's genuinely a fraction of what's in the full system. If you're doing commercial tree work and your paperwork is a mix of old documents you've recycled, things you've borrowed from someone else, or stuff you're writing from scratch every time, ArbDesk is genuinely worth a look. The free sample is available right now at arbdesk.co.uk. There's no payment, just your name and email, and it comes straight to you. Download it, have a look at the structure, and if it's the right fit, the starter, pro, and complete packs are all there. The links are in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.